Donde sea que vayas, ganas puntos como un pro con la nueva tarjeta American Express de My Lowe's Pro Rewards. En compras elegibles gana 3 puntos por cada $1 en Lowe's durante los primeros 6 meses después de abrir una cuenta. Además, gana puntos donde acepten la tarjeta American Express. Aprovecha hoy. Sujeto a aprobación de crédito. Aplican exclusiones y restricciones. Puntos sujetos a términos del programa de lealtad en Lowe's.com/terms y términos de recompensas de crédito en Synchrony.com/MLPRA-terms. Detalles en Lowe's.com/business credit.
Welcome to The Real Dish Show, the place where we peel back the onion on your fabulously fit life. I'm Chef Mareya, the fit foodie. And with over 30 years of experience in the health and wellness world, I'm here to guide you on this journey to uncover the keys to living a vibrant, balanced life. Whether you're seeking practical tips for nutrition, fitness, mental well-being, or simply craving insightful conversations with experts in the field, you've come to the right place. Now get ready to embark on a holistic adventure toward a healthier, happier you and make shift happen for good. Welcome to The Real Dish, your guide to practical, no-nonsense conversations about health, wellness, and living your best life. Today, we're going to tackle a hot topic. This is all about detoxing. But let's get real. Most detox plans are dramatic, extreme, and frankly, unsustainable. And so in this episode, we're going to explore how to detox without the drama. And yes, a lot of people are talking about detoxing to kick off 2025, but I contend that you can do it without the juice cleanses, without starvation, without the gimmicks, and just enable your body to do what it's already designed to do simply and effectively. Now, let's get started with why detox isn't what you think. First, I want to debunk the detox myth. Here's the thing. Your body already has built-in detox systems. Your liver, your kidneys, your lungs, and your skin, your largest organ, are working around the clock to eliminate toxins. So you don't need a magic potion, and you definitely don't need extreme measures to detox. You can do it by supporting the systems that are already designed to detox for you. I like to think of it as giving your body a little extra love so it can function more efficiently. You know, a real detox is less about deprivation and more about nourishment. So when you're thinking about detoxification, you're thinking about taking in less toxins and really focusing on letting your body do what it's supposed to do. Now, what burdens those organs that want to detox for you, like your liver and your kidneys and your lungs? Well, obviously, we don't want to drink alcohol. Alcohol is poison to your liver and your kidneys. Obviously, you don't want to smoke. That's poison to your lungs. Obviously, with your skin, you don't want to load up on a bunch of fried food and expose yourself to lots of pollution and, slather yourself with products that contain artificial chemicals. So, I think and I'm not trying to, minimize those things. I'm just saying, certainly we want to get rid of the things that are completely obvious, that burden us, that burden our organs, that burden our ability to kind of allow our natural systems to do the work. But what we want to do is just avoid the things that can actually cause more harm. Doing a juice fast, I once heard about a famous DJ who's now like a world famous host and does a lot of work, talking about how he was doing a 21-day juice fast. And I was just thinking to myself, man, if you think that that is the way to go, then I don't know. A lot of people can't do 21-day juice fasts. So people who maybe are listening to him and wanting to get on the same bandwagon might think, well, that's the way to do it, but I don't have the willpower. I don't have the ability to do that because that means that I can't eat anything. And that's just simply untrue. That's not something that you need to consider in a proper detox protocol. So wanted to just get that out of the way because it's not what you think. It's not the extremes. It's just supporting the systems that you have to work more efficiently. So let's talk about the foundations of a gentle detox and how do you do it without the drama, like I like to say, Um, but there are a few things that we've got to get right. Number one is hydration. Hydration, hydration. When it comes to flushing out toxins, water is your body's best friend. And we should all aim for half our body weight in ounces of clear liquids every single day. Now, what do we do to kind of pump up the hydration and maybe make it a little bit more efficient? Because in order to detoxify, you really need to not only focus on this hydration, but is the hydration effective? Is that water getting into your cells to be able to flush your system and get rid of toxins? So, some things that I like to do is add a little bit of lemon juice to your water. This idea of drinking warm or at least, just room temperature water with a squeeze of lemon is a great way to detox and kickstart your digestion in the morning. Certainly, raw apple cider vinegar can help with that and is also really wonderful for managing your blood sugar and helping with good gut bacteria. You can add an electrolyte to your water, and electrolytes are going to replenish the potassium and sodium that we often lose when we are dehydrated. So whether it's dehydration from, athletic endeavors, you're sweating, maybe you've drank a little bit too much over the holidays and you're trying to restore yourself. Or, maybe it's just you need a better way to get that water into your system doing what it's supposed to do. So adding an electrolyte packet can be a great way to go. I love the Sports Research electrolyte packets because they also contain coconut water. And coconut water is a wonderful source of natural potassium. So we need that. We need those electrolytes to function and keep our bodies doing what they need to do. You can also add a little bit of mineralized salt to your water. And again, getting that potassium and sodium is going to come from a good mineralized salt, not an iodized salt, but a mineral salt like Himalayan pink salt, for example, or a black salt can do the trick for you. So hydration, key, more important than food. You can stay alive for about 3 weeks without food, only about 3 days without water. Okay, number 2 is fiber-rich foods. Now, if you are on the carnivore diet, listen closely. Fiber is important, okay? Fiber is what helps your body eliminate waste. Fiber is what helps to balance your blood sugar. Fiber is what keeps your body energized. So, this idea that we can only live on meat is crazy pants. Crazy. I'm going to say it again, it's crazy. You got to eat the rainbow. So loading up on fresh fruits, vegetables, think colors of the rainbow, the purples, the blues, the greens, the reds, the oranges, the yellows, the whites. We want all of that. You can also have single ingredient grains, which I like to say the single ingredients are the ones that we digest the most easily, not the processed grains, but the single ingredient grains, and the sprouted grains are wonderful too. And legumes, if you don't have any sort of issues with legumes, get the beans in there. Peanuts count as legumes too, but the garbanzo beans, the black beans, the split peas, things like that. Getting those types of foods are a wonderful way of not only getting fiber in, but in some cases you're getting some protein in there as well. So think color, salads, roasted veggies, hearty soups. It's a great time to do the soups right now, but fiber is going to help you with detoxifying and pushing that waste through as well. And not to get too TMI, but food in, waste out. And that's what fiber is going to do for you. Number 3 is sweat. Sweating is life. Sweat is your body's natural detoxification through your skin. So obviously exercise is amazing for so many reasons, but sweat is one of them too. And sauna. I'm such a huge fan of infrared sauna. It's a wonderful way to eliminate toxins from your body. And it's good for your cells. It's good for your mitochondria. It's good for your mood. It can help with skin issues. It can help with digestive issues. I mean, NASA did a study on the effects of infrared and near infrared, and it's truly amazing. And red light therapy, by the way. And it's truly amazing to see all of the benefits. And mood is such a big one right now, especially during the cooler months where you're getting less exposure to the sun. I have the Loom Box also, which is a portable infrared and red light, light source, and using that regularly has really helped me as well. So I'm a big fan. I love, love, love sauna. It's just such a wonderful thing to be able to do on the regular. And you can do that with a portable box like the one that I have, the Loom Box. Number 4 is clean eating. I mean, it goes without saying. We talked about fiber already, but really this is a wonderful opportunity to kick January off with whole unprocessed foods. I was part of creating the Daniel Plan, and the Daniel Plan is all about just leaning into whole unprocessed food, cutting back on the sugar, eliminating the alcohol, all the packaged foods that don't serve us. I mean, certainly there are some good packaged snacks out there, but we want to get to as close to as nature intended. And letting your meals really revolve around this vibrant color, this flavor, things that you would find in their least adulterated state. And by doing these 4 things, hydrating, loading up on fiber-rich food, sweating, and eating less of the processed stuff, and cutting back on the sugar, alcohol, and packaged snacks, you are going to just feel so much better. I mean, talk about vibrancy in and of itself. This is really the foundation of not just a detox, but life. Living your best fit life and eating, repeating, hydrating, doing all the things over and over and over again. Now, let's talk about some of the best detox superfoods out there. These are some of my go-to foods for supporting detox, and there are scientific reasons for each of these. But number 1 is cruciferous vegetables. The broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, kale. These are all rich in compounds that support liver detoxification. These just happen to also be produce items that are incredible for your lung health. So they help with the liver, they help with the lung health, and they also are very well known to be foods that help in preventing cancer. So you're getting all of the benefits wrapped up here in the greens. So cruciferous vegetables for the win. Also, citrus fruits. We talked about adding lemons to your water, but lemons, oranges, grapefruits, they're high in vitamin C, which help your body to neutralize toxins, and they help with your mood. So at the same time you're detoxing, you're supporting a better mood. And these things, let's not sleep on that idea. When you feel better, you're going to do better because you're going to want to do the things that helped you feel better. So if you're feeling good by detoxing with citrus fruits, you're going to do it over and over and over again. Let me just tell you what my latest obsession is. Cara oranges. Oh my goodness. I can't get enough of them. They are like the perfect sweetness. They're ruby red. They look kind of like a cross between an orange and a grapefruit, and they are just delightful. I could eat 2 or 3 a day. But your body, I think, craves naturally vitamin C during the winter months too, because your body knows what's good for it. And it knows that high vitamin C, high vitamin D diet are all really good to help support your immunity. I also love herbs and spices. Lean into your spice cabinet like turmeric, cilantro, ginger, black cumin, which I'm going to talk about a little bit more in just a little bit. These are all incredible for reducing inflammation and supporting detox pathways. astaxanthin, that comes from things like kelp flake, and that is a master antioxidant. So leaning into things like, kelp and seaweed, which leads me to my next one, which is sea vegetables. Kelp and other seaweeds are great for removing heavy metals and supporting thyroid health, which is a very important part of detoxification. Actually went recently to get an adjustment at my chiropractor, and he was talking about making sure your vertebrae is aligned in order to help with your thyroid support. And we often don't think about this, but if you have a subluxation in your vertebrae, that is impeding your nerve endings and your nervous system from functioning properly. So just wanted to throw that out there. If you've ever thought about getting a chiropractor adjustment, now's a good time to do that. But supporting your nervous system, supporting your thyroid health, getting rid of heavy metals through a process called chelation. You can do that with things like kelp and other sea vegetables. So kombu, go to the sushi bar. And that's a great way to kind of support that with food, is get your seaweed salad in, or, get that salad from the grocery store and make it at home. It's a really great thing to add into your everyday. You can also add seaweed. I like to use the big seaweed wraps instead of bread. Wrap up your, different veggies. I like to put organic turkey in there. I know that sounds like a weird combination, but it's so good. Organic turkey, okay, some cucumber, some sprouts rolled up in a piece of seaweed. It's phenomenal. And of course, with that, I got to give a shout out to my superfood sprinkle. It contains detox superstars like kelp, turmeric, and cayenne, okay, and the black cumin. The black cumin has been used for thousands of years as a potent antioxidant and detox. And, Hippocrates, the father of modern medicine, he called it the cure-all. So, adding superfood sprinkle to everything you eat can make a huge difference. You add a sprinkle at every meal, watch what happens. Somebody told me recently, and this is no joke, I was like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Mareya, in a month of using superfood sprinkle, I lost 14 pounds. That blew my mind. But you know what? I'm not surprised, because inflammation is what it can be the root cause of weight gain. So if you're lowering inflammation, guess what? Yeah, it can help you lose weight. So you can grab Superfood Sprinkle right now. Use the code VIP15 for 15% off your purchase of $35 or more. And when you spend at least $35, you're going to get shipping free. So I would suggest get the starter kit with one of each, one hot stuff and one chef's kiss. Get one for you and one for a friend. And when you do that, you'll get to the threshold where you get the shipping for free and you'll get 15% off. So sharing is caring. All right, next one is lifestyle detox tips. Okay, detox isn't just about food. It's about reducing the toxic load in your environment. So some of the things that you want to get right in your own home is your skincare. And, our skin is our largest organ. So it's the largest one that we need to really be aware of. We don't think about this that often. Switching to natural, non-toxic products whenever possible. That goes for your hair care too. So take a look at the ingredient list in your shampoo, your conditioner, your body wash, your lotions that you're using, your makeup. Ladies, makeup can be some of the filthiest stuff around. So when you go to your skincare counter or your beauty counter at your local store, wherever you tend to shop from or you shop online, make sure you try and prioritize the natural products, including your makeup, because these are the things that we put on every single day. I recently checked out a few new makeup lines at Sephora and was really impressed with some of the new products out there that are really, really good and all clean. So your skin and your organs will love you for it. The other thing is household products. Okay, what are you washing your clothes with? What are you cleaning your counters with? All of these things become part of toxicity in your own home. And I think that we kind of take this for granted. What your skin basically you're absorbing what you put on your skin, right? But you're breathing and inhaling all the things that you use in your house. And that also goes for your laundry detergent. What you're washing in is getting absorbed in your clothes and on your skin. So make sure you take a look at these and check out some of the non-toxic natural brands out there. And there really are a lot of great choices out there. You can check out the show notes to see some of the things that I love to use, but this can be a big game changer for you. Number 2 is getting enough sleep. So sleep is when your body repairs itself and clears out waste. And I think, sleep hygiene is probably one of the most important things that we can focus on. Getting enough sleep not only is incumbent for detoxification, but it's so important for hormone balance. And I'm talking to my midlifers, okay? We need to sleep. So doing everything that you can to get a good sound sleep is it's vital. Aiming for 7 to 9 hours a night isn't just a nice to have, it's essential. And there are statistics that show that you want to try and get to sleep between 10:30 and 11 o'clock p.m. at the latest, because your body's clock doesn't just want to sleep 7 to 9 hours. It wants to sleep them. It wants to sleep them. It wants to sleep at the right time so that you're really, maximizing that rest. And we got to get sleep. This idea that you're going to get sleep when you're dead. Well, if you want to accelerate that path, then don't sleep. That's all I'm saying. Get to sleep. Some of the things, by the way, that I've been doing to get flawless sleep: take magnesium at night, take evening primrose at night, take L-theanine at night. And if you need a little extra help, you can take CBD at night too, the non-THC CBD. These are all things that have made a huge difference in my sleep. And I know they can do it for you too. Also, by the way, while we're on the subject, for my hot sleepers, you got to try out the Cozy Earth. Cozy Earth sheets, the bomb. Okay. They breathe, they help you stay cool, and you want your body temperature to be about 2 degrees cooler than normal in order to get good sound sleep. So you got to make sure your sleep environment is good. So your sheets, if you sleep in pajamas, Cozy Earth makes pajamas. Keep the fan on above you, keep it cool so that you can not sweat your butt off. That's very important. All right. Number 3 is breathe clean air. Opening your windows. Fellas, ladies, you got to crack the window, okay? It might feel cold in your room before you go to bed, but once you get under the covers, it's going to be nice and toasty. But you want to ventilate. Because again, we have all these toxins going on in our home, even just coming in with shoes on from the outside, all the yucky stuff that's outside, and you bring it into your home on your shoes. We need to give our homes a chance to breathe too. So crack the window. You can add some air purifying plants to your home. Being around green, the plants absorb the carbon dioxide that we exhale, and we get oxygen from the plants. It's a wonderful relationship that we have with plants. So invite them into your home. And also getting an air purifier. When the pandemic kicked in, we got air purifiers, and they have really made a big difference. So make sure the air that you are breathing is clean in your own home too. And then the last one is maybe a digital detox. Sometimes detoxing isn't just about your body, it's about your mind. It's about giving your brain a break. Now, don't take a break from listening to this podcast, but you know what I'm saying. Maybe you want to take a break from scrolling so much, from watching hours and hours of YouTube, or, binging on Netflix. Read a book, take a walk in nature. get out and breathe some fresh air. All of these things are important for your mental well-being. So digital detox is definitely on my list this January. And so how do we put it all into practice? Well, a simple detox routine for your daily, everyday life could look something like this. You start your day off with some warm or room temperature lemon water, or add some raw apple cider vinegar, and take a 10-minute walk to get your blood flowing. And studies show that exposure to sunlight for 10 minutes in the morning is one of the best things that we can do for our mood and our health too. So get that blood flowing outside. And then throughout the day, and this is where meal prep can make such a big difference. And I have a meal prep app. If you didn't know that, just go to mealprepapp.chefmareya.com, or you can access it at chefmareya.com. You just enter your information and your goals, and I give you meal plans with my recipes. So it makes it super simple. But adding colorful whole foods, eating throughout the day, staying hydrated, adding detox-friendly spices like our superfood sprinkle, or certainly adding turmeric and cayenne to your meals can make a huge difference. And then in the evening, take some time to wind down, get a gentle stretch in, certainly get some exercise in, do your sauna, get a good workout in, or get the workout in the morning, stretch, meditate, take your supplements, get your room ready for a good sound sleep, get the windows cracked, get under the sheets of your cozy earth bedding. I'm such a big fan. I've been using them for years, and I'm such a big fan. But it's creating this rhythm and rituals. So rhythm and rituals that feel good and support your body. It's a great thing to know what to do, but it's another thing to do it. So creating that rhythm and ritual really will make it feel like second nature. So that's it, guys. Remember that detoxing doesn't have to come with drama or extremes. It's not about a drastic plan or expensive products. It can be small, consistent steps that support your body, support your brain, support your mood, and you will be amazed at how much better you feel. So much so that dry January may just become dry 2025. I don't miss alcohol, y'all. I mean, I started really getting used to not drinking, getting ready for my first bodybuilding competition because there's no alcohol for basically 4 months. And I was surprised at how much I didn't miss it. There are a lot of great non-alcoholic options out there. So I encourage you to check those out. I have several that I recommend in the show notes. You can check those out as well. And here's the deal. When you start making these little changes, what you'll find is detoxing is not just this thing that you do once in a while. You're going to want to do it on the regular. And your lifestyle can become a regular detox. Keeping the things out of your life that don't serve you, that don't help you build your best fit life, don't need to be in or around your body. Toxicity comes in so many different forms. It comes from comparison. It comes from prioritizing things that don't help you grow. It comes from being around people that don't cheer you on, that don't lift you up. It comes from food that is just junk. It's junk in, junk out, and it doesn't serve you. And I'm sorry if this sounds like a little harsh right now. I don't mean it to be. This is like just my way of loving on you and letting you know you are worthy. You are worthy of living a beautiful, fit, whole life. And it's okay to let things go. Sometimes God wants to just cut those branches, trim those branches off, not to hurt, but to help heal. And so, the Oreos that you thought you couldn't live without, or the mocktail that you thought you could never live with instead of alcohol, like, guess what? It might just become the thing that you really embrace this year. So with that, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, would you please hit the subscribe button, leave a review. I would love 5 stars because every time you do that, an angel gets its wings, and share it with someone who might be curious about detoxing the right way. And as always, I love to hear your questions or suggestions for future topics. So drop me a message anytime. Until then, this is Chef Mareya, the Fit Foodie, encouraging you to keep it real and to keep it simple. And that is the real dish. I'll see you next time. This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be considered legal health advice. We are not responsible for any losses, damages, or liabilities that may arise from the use of this podcast. This podcast is not intended to replace professional medical advice, and the views expressed in this podcast may not be those of the host or the management. Hey, it's Chef Mareya, and thank you so much for tuning into The Real Dish. It means a lot to me that you're here. I hope today's episode has inspired you to take some proactive steps towards a healthier and happier you. Because just remember, bite-sized changes can lead to big transformations. But before you go, would you do me a big favor? If you found value in this episode, would you share it with 2 of your closest friends and hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode? And if you really want to make this girl's day, would you leave a 5-star review? I do hear an angel gets its wings every time you do that. But really, this helps us spread the message of real-life wellness to even more listeners. And everybody could use a healthy portion of that, right? Now, until next time, remember, you are the chef of your own kitchen. So feed your life well, make good decisions, prioritize your well-being, and remember, you need to take care of you because we only get one of you and you are a gift to everyone around you. So until next week, this is Chef Mareya signing off. And just remember, we're here to cook up a good time every single week. We'll see you soon.